Hello, I'm joined here today by Shane from Ubisoft.
Thank you for having me, Kirsty. Exciting to be here.
I know, so exciting. We are here celebrating the release of Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is, of course, a fantastic collaboration between Nintendo and Ubisoft, bringing together Mario and all of his classic characters and the Rabbids.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Ubisoft and Nintendo have worked together really closely on hardware launches in the past with the Wii and Wii U, and now we're taking it to the next level by actually combining both worlds together.
And I think it's really interesting talking about combining both worlds. I remember when this game was announced back at E3, it was that kind of confusion initially. People were like, oh, Mario plus Rabbids? And now the game's out and it's just been so incredible.
Yeah. So, before E3, we were really excited to announce it. And obviously the announcement with our CEO, Yves Guillemot, on stage with Shigeru Miyamoto, of course, an iconic moment. And I think it'll stand, the test of time as one of the great E3 moments. Ever since then, it's been a roller coaster ride and we're so excited for fans to get hands on with it.
Well, what I'm really excited to see is the gameplay, of course. Super interesting, turn-based strategy. For such a colourful game, I didn't really expect it to be a turn-based strategy. I didn't know what to expect, but that wasn't it. But now that I got my hands on it, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's quite a niche genre, but combining our Rabbids with Mario, it makes it quite accessible. And the Ubisoft team has done a great job of making it not too intimidating, and anyone can pick it up and start playing.
Well, something I think that helps carry that is the humour in this game, and I think I cannot state enough how hilarious this game is. That the combination of the really kind of irreverent nature of the Rabbids, so they're just so wacky, over the top. They express themselves in so many different ways as well, so you never know what to expect from a Rabbid. But then mixing in with Mario and the classic kind of either sayings or tropes or movements or storylines, and you just say, hang on, am I playing a strategy game or am I playing a humour game? I don't understand what I'm playing, but I'm just having such a good time.
Like you mentioned at the start, it's a perfect marriage, and I think both IPs bring out the best in one another.
Agreed.
In many different ways. You see the way humour influences gameplay design just in terms of simple mechanics. You see Rabbid Peach with her sassy nature.
Oh my gosh.
And that permeates through every single moment that you see her on screen, whether that is in a cutscene taking selfies or, sort of just like leaning up against cover in gameplay and that sort of thing. It's throughout the entire game. And like you said, all those classic Nintendo references, even about Luigi, and we have interesting combinations like a Rabbid Kong and what happens when you combine a Rabbid with a piranha plant and that sort of thing. It's over the top. Yeah, it's truly fascinating to see.
I think it's also really surprising, and I think surprise is something that's why we don't want to talk too much about,
No
too much of
spoilers.
anything. We don't want to spoil anything, because I think surprise is what this game delivers. So you don't know what's going to happen when a Rabbid crosses with a Mario character, be it a Mario character like Peach. So who would have thought Peach as being a selfie-loving, kind of really sassy, forward character? She's also one of the more powerful characters in the game. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you have her in a party like every time. Yeah.
I never traded her out. I always wanted Rabbid Peach. So you just don't know what you're going to get. And then like the loose unit, Rabbid Yoshi. I'm just like, okay, what's it going to do? Oh no. And you just kind of sitting there freaking out. And that makes it another level of hilarious and another level of fun.
Yes.
Because no two runs are going to be the same.
I think you nailed it with the surprise, and that's, I'm about halfway through the game now, and at every turn I'm being surprised at whether it be the humour or a new gameplay mechanic or how interesting the customization options are with the combat and the weapons and the abilities that you get. Every single moment is a nice little moment of joy, and seeing even those more references that come later on in the game, the brilliant soundtrack by Grant Kirkhope from Banjo-Kazooie fame and that sort of thing. It's stunning, absolutely stunning.
I just love it. I love how they're kind of hiding. There's little hidden gems in every part of the game. So there's hidden gems in the battle, like the references to older Mario games, be it, Luigi's weapon, throwbacks to Luigi's Mansion, whether it be in the songs, as you mentioned, during these soundtracks, like one of my favourite is, of course, the Phantoms songs, and he's singing about things that you have felt before, like the excitement of Mario Kart or the frustration of the princess in another castle. You know, like you can't help but laugh at it because it's totally relevant. But it's so kind of out there, and you can see on Mario's face, he's looking, he's like, oh, like I'm. Oh,
and it's great, right? Because these are the types of jokes that we make, you know, discussing amongst the community. Mario and Luigi have never sort of been able to express that type of humour in their own game, and so by combining both IP, you know, it's like we've given themselves permission to do that. And so seeing it referenced in a game, the frustration of getting hit by a blue shell in Mario Kart is, it's so refreshing.
I think it's also nice with the art style as well of the game. So the Rabbids being, you know, they're quite plain on their own, right? They're very, very pale. You got the bright colours of Mario, but everything just seems really bright in this game. Every colour is just exploding. And I think that helps highlight the really, I don't know, light nature's probably the wrong word, but, you know, the kind of the excitement in the game. Because you don't know what's waiting for you around the corner. Even when you get into the, say, the more Halloween-themed levels, once you get into the Boo levels and into the later boss stages, even though it's darker, it's still bursting. Like, everything is bursting with life in this game.
Well, I think that comes down to a lot, I mean, obviously the technical prowess of the development team. The game's actually built on the Snowdrop engine, which we've used in the past to build the Division, which, again, a completely different type of visual style.
Totally different.
So the team has done a great job there, but I mean, the Mushroom Kingdom provides so much inspiration for that colour, and combining, you know, in the desert with the ice world and that sort of thing, and even the ancient gardens, which is the first world, like you said, just so vibrant, so colourful, and just a joy to explore.
So who's your favourite Rabbid, I suppose? No. If you had to pick a favourite Rabbid, who would it be?
I honestly think Rabbid Luigi, which he's a bit over the top, he's a bit silly, but he has some amazing abilities. You can give him the ability to dash opponents and combine that with a vampire sort of trait, which draws their health away from them and will sort of heal him. They're then stuck with that vampire sort of infliction, and then other characters can dash them or injure them or hurt them, and they'll also get health back. So it's about, for me, it's just about finding those interesting mechanics, chaining them together in the best way possible, and getting the most out of each and every move. Because it's no good sort of just, you know, taking a shot then ending your turn. You have to dash, then jump, then team jump over here and use the weapon and use the little the remote control card to blow up this person. There's so many great mechanics, and I think Rabbid Luigi is probably one of the standouts for me. Definitely.
Well, see, I can't look past Rabbid Peach because she does feature so heavily, I know. And the great thing is, of course, you can customise your team, so you can have like heaps of Rabbid characters, or you can swap out all the time. So that's another great thing. You've just got so much, you can dial up or dial down the amount of variety that you want. And it still felt very familiar. Like, yes, this is an entirely new kind of battle system, having the Rabbids and Mario and the characters work together. But again, all those little references, like all the ways that the weapons actually relate to the characters, or relate to the original Mario characters, or throwback references to an obscure game from 20 years ago. You know, it just worked though, because it creates that familiarity, but there's enough difference within the game to just keep you excited for hours on end.
Definitely, and I'm reaching the stage now, like I've unlocked Peach and Rabbid Mario recently, and I've started using them because they're really exciting, but then I feel bad for neglecting Rabbid Luigi and Luigi. I was like, I still love you guys. I just got these new characters. It's like I need to play with these new toys over here.
I know, but remember, there's that, because of that replayability as well, that you can go back and do these kind of battles and levels with the different combinations.
And it's not just the worlds, right? Like you complete the different levels in all of the 4 worlds, but then you unlock these challenges later on, and you can take back, and they're much tougher than the normal the battles that you go through. So you can take back a different cast of characters for those battles as well. And it's good. I'm glad that they have that easy mode in there as well, just in case it can get pretty tough, because getting a perfect score on each of the challenges is...
I have to do that. I was always the person who would replay levels until I got all of the Kong coins, I got all of, you know, all of the red coins, all the blue coins. I had to have kind of perfect. So again, that...
So you'll be chasing all those moons in Super Mario Odyssey later this year?
Oh yeah. I'm a 120 star girl. Like I've got to have everything. That was one thing I kept getting stuck in, or that's one thing I kept doing in Mario plus Rabbids, was getting all the coins and looking behind every nook and cranny. Like I was like, no, there might be something around here. I've always been an explorer, and yes, like it's quite linear from path to path, but there's still so many fun things to do. Like I loved the puzzle puzzling elements. The puzzling elements in it felt so much fun.
No, definitely. And like you said, there's so many like hidden things to find that you can then view later, whether it be pieces of music from the soundtrack or 3D models of all the characters and that sort of thing, which is really, really cool just to see the effort that went into creating these really interesting characters, whether it be the Rabbids themselves or the enemy characters as well, is a cool little side thing that you could get lost in for a few hours at least.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Shane. It's been great to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been fantastic.
Well, it's so exciting, guys. Don't forget, check it out. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is out now exclusively for Nintendo Switch.